Do you see this video? This girl caused a huge mess around the internet after she uploaded a video of how she trains one of her trainees.
This is what happens when you work out with me.
And lots of trainers responded.
You do not need to your clients to the point of puking.
However, they're wrong. Lately there's a global trend that everybody, everywhere, publishes their workout. And if your workout doesn't end like that, it doesn't worth anything. Welcome to the worst workout you can ever do. Let's begin. So what's up guys, welcome to your Fitness Pal, and do you see this video? This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nice to meet. Back when Arnold was competing, there was another guy named Platz. He was known as one of the people with the most impressive legs at that time, and even until this day. And he even wrote an entire book about his leg training regime. And no matter where he went, people always wanted him to take his pants off in order to see his legs. And he really had the most impressive glutes, quads and hamstring. And the most insane thing was that he was completely natural.
I never used steroids in my life.
Well, maybe not. But how? How did he have such huge legs? His training regime was unusual. That's a video from one of his workshops. And when he was training, it wasn't until he reached failure, rather past failure. And he would always ask someone to help him after he finished the set to push more.
Pump it, boom, boom, higher, bring it up, push down again, pump it hard, fast.
Now, although you'd better not try it because your gym subscription might be cancelled due to machine harassment, YouTube is full of videos of people specifically trying his leg workouts. And that's Tom today. And until today, there are a lot of people that pay a lot of money in order for him to train them. And most of them can't handle the workout.
Come on! Come on!
And it's always the same message.
You can walk to the car, you haven't done enough.
And because of the nature of those workouts, some of the people at the end of the workout just puke. But why? Why do his trainings make people vomit or almost pass out, shake and disturb some of the machines?
Push, push, push.
Does your workout worth anything if you're not drenched at the end? And have we finally found the best method to build muscle? This is the answer. Watch till the end. So we are all familiar with a push-up. You go down, you go up. But the end phase of the exercise can look like that, but it can also look like that. So which one's better? Recently at TikTok University, there's been a trend that leads people to collapse at the end of their sets. But it's not them. This trainer made a huge mess and a big storm when she uploaded this video. She made her trainee reach failure, meaning until he couldn't even perform another rep. And then, even though he could not continue anymore, she forced him to do another rep.
Word of God.
That caused too much strain on his body that eventually, that's what happened.
This is what happens when you work out with me.
Yeah, the way she trains makes me also wanna puke. Or should I? This trainee as well as this trainee as well as Tom,
Pump it hard, fast.
all reached failure. So only if you finished your set like this,
Come on! Come on!
you'll succeed.
Failure has been achieved, thank God. Now, the only place to go from failure is to win.
And if such a famous bodybuilder who competed in a pro bodybuilding competition said that,
You have to achieve failure.
then it must be right. Right?
Nothing's changed since the 70s. Nothing.
So indeed nothing changed since the 70s, except everything. Like the best thing that happened since then, this channel's existence, and the internet was born in the 80s. And it's worth keeping up to date because since then several studies came to light. So everything changed 4 months ago. A new meta regression came to light and made a revolution all around the world. And even made certain people summarize the research in a certain way.
Not only did failure show better results, but it was exponential.
Which isn't necessarily true. Let's start at the end. No, reaching failure does not build more muscle compared to stopping a few reps shy. There were 38 pages, but if we go on a leisurely stroll to the summary of the study, you can see that the researchers themselves emphasize the caution with which the result should be interpreted.
So now let's be careful with how we interpret the results. There are several types of failure. Volitional failure, in which the participant decides to stop, but that can be a problem because maybe he had more in the tank. So maybe it wasn't a real failure after all. And momentary failure, that the researcher verifies that someone really can do another rep. All of these different types were a part of the graph.
Exponential.
What was also included in the graph were studies in which they did not report how far from failure the participants were, for which the researchers had to create equations to estimate the RIR. How accurate is it? Only God knows. Along with all of this, there was another list in the length of the snake way of moderators, which make the slope lesser in magnitude and consider also no effect.
Exponential.
So how can I, as an average person, know for sure if reaching failure is good, bad, or just a fad? I check the highest quality research we have to date on failure. 2 on trained individuals and 2 on untrained. And why are all 4 of them the highest quality? Because they are what is called in the scientific literature within subject design. In simple terms, that means that one side reaches failure and the other side stops shy of failure, and then you check which side grew more. That neutralizes sleep, genetics, and nutrition because both sides are attached to the same body at the end of the day. And guess what? 4 of them showed there was no difference.
3 of them already been published, and 1 hasn't been published yet but is going to be published soon. It's a research on trained individuals with an average of over 8 years of experience. Here are their legs, and the researcher even published a video of what the failure of one of the participants looked like. So far, according to the results, the leg that reached failure and the one that stopped 1 to 2 reps shy showed similar results. Meaning all the highest quality studies we have as of today show that on average there is no difference in muscle building between failure and about 1 to 2 reps in reserve. It's not that reaching failure builds more muscle, and it's not that stopping a few reps shy builds more. It's that as of today there is no significant difference between the two.
But it's not black or white either. There are certain people who will respond better to failure, and there are some people that will respond better by stopping a couple of reps before. And there are also a lot of people that don't know how far are they from failure. On average, we have data to show that people have 1 rep in reserve, but a lot of people are also far from average and stop way before, and that's also important to know. And one last point. This whole tough love attitude makes me sometimes wanna puke. No pun intended. When you look at the literature, it is usually divided to autonomy supporting attitude with empathy to the trainer versus controlling communication style. The autonomic support is usually linked to people's desire to be consistent and has more positive effect on the athlete's psychological outcomes. And the opposite happens with the tough approach. Although it doesn't need to be only kiss or slap, there is also the in-between. But if you look at both ends of the spectrum, the tough love approach doesn't worth much.
Don't forget to share this video with any person that you know that owns a shoe or more, or 1 shoe or less. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Write down here in the comments what you would like to see next. Click the notification bell in order to be the first one to enjoy evidence-based videos in the field of nutrition and exercise. And we will see you in the next video that will even be crazier than this one. Bye bye.